Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to be discussing about DNA fingerprinting. DNA fingerprinting technique was developed by Alan Jeffrey. So he only developed the technique of DNA fingerprinting. So what was the basis for his development of the DNA fingerprinting technique? So actually if you see, the DNA pattern which is present from one human being to the other is not going to be the same. So the DNA pattern for each and every individual is going to be different except for identical twins. So identical twins alone will be having the same DNA pattern, but apart from that, all the other human beings who are present are going to be having the different DNA pattern. The DNA pattern which I'm going to be having will not be there for my sibling. So like that, each and every human being exceptional are going to be the twins alone. So identical twins alone will be having the same DNA fingerprint pattern, but for all the others it is going to be different. Okay, so this was the basis for creating this technique of the DNA fingerprinting. So when we talk about the human genome, there are 3 billion base pairs in the human genome. Okay, so in this 3 billion base pairs, 99% of the DNA are going to be having the sequences which are common for all the human beings. Okay, so 99% of the sequences which are present in the DNA are going to be the same for all of the human beings. Okay, and this DNA which is going to be the same for each and every individual is known as the bulk genomic DNA. Okay, it's called as the bulk genomic DNA. And the remaining 1% of the DNA is not same for each of us. It's going to be different for each and every one of us. This 1% of the DNA is going to be different, and that DNA is called as the satellite DNA. Okay, so the human genome has got 3 billion base pairs. In that 3 billion base pairs, 99% of the DNA sequences are going to be the same for all of us, and that is called as the bulk genomic DNA, and the remaining 1% is going to be different. Okay, is going to be different for each and every one of us, and that sequence is going to be called as the satellite DNA. So that part of the DNA which is going to be having different that is going to be different for each and every one of us is called as the satellite DNA. Okay, so what is going to be there in the satellite DNA? Actually, this satellite DNA will be having a small stretch of repeated sequences. Okay, and those repeated sequences are called as variable number of tandem repeat sequences. Okay, VNTRs. Okay, so when we talk about the 1% of the DNA which is going to be different in all of us is going to be having a short stretches of repeated sequences. Okay, so these repeated sequences are known as variable number of tandem repeat sequences. Okay, or else it is also called as the VNTRs. Okay, so what is the speciality of this variable number of tandem repeat sequences? I told that this variable number of tandem repeat sequences are going to be different for each and every one of us. Variable, so what is the meaning of variable? Variable means it has the ability to change. It's different for all of us. Okay, so let's understand that with the example. So let's consider 3 people. Okay, so person 1, person 2 and then person 3. Okay, so first person is going to be having a sequence like this. So if you, okay, I will write the sequence which is going to be there in person 2 and person 3 also as well, and then I will give you the explanation. Okay, so GCC, Alright. So if you see here, this AGTC is a sequence which is getting repeated in all the 3% which we have taken now. Okay, in all the 3 people, this AGTC is a sequence which is going to be repeated. But then the number of times this AGTC sequence is going to get repeated is variable, is going to be different from one individual to another. For example, in the first person, if you see, this sequence is getting repeated 4 times. Okay. In the second person, if you see, it is getting repeated 3 times. Okay. So what this AGTC? So AGTC is getting repeated 3 times. And then in the third person, if you see, AGTC is getting repeated 2 times. Okay, in other people, it could be up to 11 times or 12 times. It depends on how many times the sequence is going to be repeated. Okay, so this is only the variable number of tandem repeat sequences. So one sequence is getting repeated many times. Okay, but then the number of times these sequences are going to be repeated is going to be different from one person to another. It is variable. Variable means it is not going to be the same. It's not going to be constant. Alright. So this VNTRs, the variable number of tandem repeat sequences, are only going to be acting as a molecular marker for identification of the DNA fingerprints, which is going to be different for different people. So I will repeat the concept once again for you. DNA fingerprinting was described by Alec Jeffrey. So there are about 3 billion base pairs which are present in our human genome, and that can be divided into two, where 99% of the genome is going to be same for all of us and the remaining 1% is going to be different for all of us. So the genome which is going to be same is called as the bulk genomic DNA, and that which is different is known as the satellite DNA. So what is going to be there in the satellite DNA? It is going to be having small stretches of repeated sequences. So you can see here how this sequence is getting repeated. So these repeated sequences are called as variable number of tandem repeat sequences, or the VNTRS. Okay. So this variable number of tandem repeat sequences will be different for each and every one of us except for the identical twins. Okay. So when we talk about, so this VNTR, variable number of tandem repeat sequences, are only going to be used as a molecular marker for identifying the DNA fingerprint of different individuals. So what is the significance of this VNTR? So I gave you the example of how among 3 people a sequence is getting repeated, but then in each and every individual, the number of times the sequence is going to be repeated is different, but the sequence is same. The sequence is AGTC, adenine guanine thymine cytosine, but how many times it is going to get repeated, that is what matters, and that is only very much important. It is going to be acting as a molecular marker for identification of the DNA fingerprint. Okay, so this is the basic concept of the DNA fingerprinting. So what are the applications of DNA fingerprinting? So when we talk about the uses of DNA fingerprinting is very much useful for finding the culprits in the crime scenes. Okay, so the person who has committed the mistake. For example, there could be a hair of the person which has fallen on the crime scene, or there could be a blood stain. So the blood stain or the hair or anything, a small piece of tissue, all this can be taken and it could be analyzed in order to perform the DNA fingerprinting and to find out which person has committed the crime. Okay, so it's very much important for finding out the culprits who has committed the crime. And then next is, it is very much useful for finding out who is the biological parent of a child if there is a parental dispute. So for solving the parental disputes and to find who is the biological parent of the child, that time DNA fingerprinting can also be used. Apart from that, DNA fingerprinting is also important for studies of evolutionary history of different organisms. Okay, so this is about DNA fingerprinting. So I hope you understood what we have discussed in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's move